What a beautiful conclusion to this arc. I am so happy with how Oda ended Egghead. If you don't want to be spoiled on the newest chapter, then do not watch further. You start the chapter with Vivi beefing with Morgans because she is just not going along with what he wants to do. Morgans is just elated of all the new stories that he can publish, like Blackbeard versus Law, Kid versus Shanks, and Luffy taking out Vegapunk. And obviously Vivi's not happy with that part. She knows it's a lie. Then we're back to the aftermath of Egghead, and we see someone calling in on a transponder snail asking if everyone is just gone. We see Sentomaru going off on his own, and you kind of have to feel bad for the guy. He's been through a lot. This person continues to call in on the transponder snail until Kizaru finally walks up to it. He picks it up, and it's Fleet Admiral Akainu raging at him. He wants to know what happened to all the Marines, and Kizaru tells him they all got knocked out. Akainu asks about Saturn, the power station, and if any of the targets escaped. And Kizaru just says, I'll just let the youngsters take care of that when they're up, they can tell you. And Akainu is not happy with that. He's like, you better not be slacking off again. And that's when Kizaru starts to show a backbone, and he talks back to Akainu, asking him, have you ever had to kill your best friend? We see a flashback montage of when he first met Vegapunk and how they hit it off, and he helped him create Egghead. And we see the scene again where he took out Vegapunk for good. I think even I underestimated the relationship that he had with this dude. He's known him a really long time. He then gets the most emotional we have ever seen him. He says, you think I'm slacking off? Well, if you have time to waste doubting me, you could just come here and see for yourself. And he actually pressed Akainu to the point where he says, my bad, brother. Kizaru just said, watch your mouth. I love this interaction so much. Then we're shown the giant pirate ship next to the Sunny, and it's ginormous. Luffy is depressed that he wasn't able to save Vegapunk. Frankie and Jinbei talk about how it's just a miracle they even got out of there, and Zoro even kind of makes fun of Luffy for being sad about Vegapunk. Then Lilith finally wakes up inside the ship, and we can see just how small they are in comparison to the ship. It's ridiculous. This is when they have to break the news to her that all the other Vegapunks have been taken out. She immediately starts crying, but then she becomes hungry. It seems this is because she's no longer connected to York, so I think she's starting to become like her own Vegapunk in a way. They lead her to where all the food is, and we see Luffy all depressed. Then Lilith tells everyone that a second ago she was crying, but she's gotten over it because she realized everyone's alive, basically. The fact that Lilith is alive means that Vegapunk is still alive. She tells him, you kept your promise to me. That actually cheered Luffy up to the point where he's ready to party and he wants them to bring the food and the booze. Robin is excited to see Saul and Elbaf. This is just going to be so great when it finally happens. Talk about how Vegapunk said that the one who finds the One Piece will shake the world, and Luffy's like, yeah, that's why I set sail in the first place. Everyone does a toast, and the Straw Hats are officially on their way to Elbaf. And then we're shown Elbaf, and we see this silhouette of a figure saying, come on then. This is just a huge bombshell. This could be so many characters. They do look very similar to the character who is talking to Crocus, and many people believe that this is Shiki. I think they could also easily be Gabon, though. I think what we really should be asking is this person an ally or an enemy? Another thing I'm curious about is, how close are these Marines? I mean, obviously we know that Akainu and Kizaru have been together since at least Chapter 0, 27 years back, but I feel like they have a bigger bond than we actually have seen.